Today is Hey Tevet. Hey Tevet, the 5th of Tevet. Yeah. And we're going to learn halacha. It's Thursday. It's almost Shabbos, like Erev Shabbos. We're learning halacha. We're learning the laws of Kriyat Shema in chapter 61, Samech Aleph, Seif, Daled, part 4. It's a very short halacha, and there's no Mishnah Berurah on it. No one says anything on it because it's very simple. This is what you're supposed to do. It's based on the Gemara, based on the two. Noagim likro pasuk rishon bekol ram kedei leorer hakavana. We're talking about the laws of Kriyat Shema. The minhag is, the custom is to read the first verse of Kriyat Shema, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, out loud. Why? In order to arouse the kavana. Rabbi Nachman already teaches that, and also in Sefer Amidot, that akol, our sages teach it. Akol morer kavana. When someone says something out loud, it arouses the kavana. That's why one of the halachas that we learned also in Rabbi Natan yesterday in Likutei Halachot is that the Gemara teaches in Gemara Brachos that Shema, Ashma leoznecha, ma she'ta motzi mipicha. Take out, make your ears hear what you're taking out of your mouth. Why? Because it arouses you to think about what you're saying. When you're saying it whisperly, you're not necessarily thinking. When you say it out loud, it helps you think of what you're saying, basically. Yeah. That's why in Shemona Esrei, it's, if you don't know it really well by heart, it's good to look inside. Otherwise you'll be flying. There's a story by Rav Yitzchak Barditchev, the holy Rav Yitzchak Barditchev, that once he was traveling from one city to the other, and one evening he stopped by this kretschme. How do you say kretschme? This little right? Inn, this little inn, right? And there was a bunch of socharim over there, a bunch of merchants sitting around and joking around, talking about their business and about how high the dollar or the euro is. It was 200 years ago, whatever they had then, and they're talking about their shtuyot, and also about politics and all kinds of stuff. And then they say, "Oh, you guys, you want to daven mincha? It's late already." Yeah, maybe it's like a cause that they want to daven, and they're standing, they're davening. After davening, he goes over to each one, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem. They're looking, what do you mean? We were speaking before. He was speaking with them too, of course. That's probably one of the tzaddikim. The tzaddikim, what do? They join you, they're your friends, and then suddenly he's saying Shalom Aleichem to everyone. So what's wrong? We met before. Why are you telling us Shalom Aleichem? So, well, you were in Paris, and you were in Leipzig, and you were here, and you were there. You were flying around all over the place. No, you left, and now you came back. So I have to give you Shalom Aleichem. When someone comes in, you wish him Shalom Aleichem. Yeah, so when you Shemona Esrei, you should look inside if you don't know it really well. Even if you know it well, if you can't, what I do in Shemona Esrei, I don't like looking inside because it distracts me, the things that are around. I get distracted very fast. So what I do is I put the words in front of in my head. I see the words in my head. So I'm reading the words basically. I see the words Baruch. I see the word Baruch Ata, and it makes you focus more. Yeah. But Kriyat Shema, we're supposed to cover our eyes. Remember, we learned that halacha. The minhag is to cover our eyes so we focus. Another thing to focus is to say it out loud. Okay. Another halacha hey. This is the halacha now. נוהגים ליתן ידיהם על פניהם בקריאת פסוק ראשון כדי לא להסתכל בדבר אחר שמונעו מיכוון. And now we're learning this halacha that the minhag is to put your right hand over your eyes when you're saying the Kriyat Shema, so other things do not distract you from the kavana that we learned already that you need to have. Another halacha, adafka the right hand. Yeah. By the way, what does the lefty do? He also puts his right hand. There's certain things which there's a machloket between the mekubalim and the pashtanim. People go into Kabbalah, people go simply about the pshat. If I use my right hand or not. For example, in Kiddush, regarding Kiddush. Yeah, if I'm a lefty, do I use my right hand? Or do I use my left hand? Is it the right side that I need to use, or the strong hand that I have to use? Which I could be a lefty, so it could be my left hand. And I saw people do this way. My father's a lefty, he uses his left hand. But I saw people using according to Kabbalah and Hasidus and stuff, they always use the right hand. But tefillin, for example, no. Tefillin, because Shulchan Aruch says that someone who's a lefty He puts the tefillin, he ties his tefillin on with his left hand, he ties it onto his right hand. Tefillin, there's no games, but Kriyat Shema, what do you do? Also Kriyat Shema, everyone does Kriyat Shema with his right hand and not with his left hand. Even the lefties, they do it with their right hand. What about when it's Kriyat Shema, we have to cover our eyes. Do I have to take off my glasses? No, you don't have to take off your glasses. I like taking off my glasses because I feel more into myself when my hands are covering my eyes totally. But a lot of people I see, they take off their glasses. It's for focusing, but you don't have to. Okay, it's fine if you don't. The point is that you'll be able to focus. Do what you can to be able to focus in the Kriyat Shema. Another halacha vav, yeah, based on the Gemara Brachos. Tzarich le'arich b'chet shel echad. You have to lengthen. Oh, this is an interesting halacha. You have to lengthen the letter chet of the word echad in Kriyat Shema. Kedei she'yamlich HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'shamayim va'aretz. That in order for him to have the kavanah in his mind that he's making HaKadosh Baruch Hu king in 7 heavens and down on earth. That's chet. It's 8. You could just have in mind in the heavens and in earth. It's also okay, but 7 heavens and earth is number 8. Chet is the numerical value of 8. שלזה רומז החוטטרת שבאמצע גג החטא. That, if anyone saw how the letter chet is written in the Sefer Torah, it's 2 zayins, and there's a hump between the zayins which are connecting them. It's not like we usually, when we write, we just make like sort of a box, right? Like a square kaze. But in the Sefer Torah, we make a hump. Why? To remind us it's sticking up. Remind us Hashem is in charge of all 7 heavens and this earth. And the Daled also, it says to lengthen the Daled, Yarich b'Daled shel echad, an amount that he'll be able to think that HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yachid b'olamo, he's the only one in the world, and he is controlling all 4 directions of the world. Everything he's controlling. But don't do too long. Soon we'll talk about this. Don't do too long. Not longer than what you have to think about. Some people, they're accustomed to move their head like they're thinking, now they're thinking this direction, now that direction, not that direction. Just for the machshava, I saw people do it with their finger also. He's doing like this, and I saw people do like this. They do Shema, and Echad, and he's doing like that with his fingers. Anything to make you focus on what you have to, the kavanah you have to have. But he brings down here in the Mishnah Berurah, he lived in European countries where the cross was the thing, not to do front, back, right, left, because it's like doing the cross. Rather do all around. Okay? Interesting. It's just a minhag. You don't have to do that. But now let's go back to the lengthening of the chet. Fine. Lengthening the chet, I understand. Okay, fine. I could lengthen the chet. How do I lengthen the daled? And according to how I say daled, how do you lengthen the daled? It ends. If I lengthen it, it's not a daled anymore. But we should know that there are different customs of how to say the letter daled, right? And there's other customs, and which the Shulchan Aruch was referring to, is that you say daled as the, like sort of a th kaze, not the exactly, but like more like a the, and that's how you will lengthen it. But the person like Shlomo Zalman Auerbach says, since our minhag and our custom and our Kabbalah until today for Ashkenazim, or anyone else who has this Kabbalah, is not to do like that, rather to do chad. He didn't lengthen not the chet and not the daled. He just says echad, and after he said echad, he thinks all the kavanas he has to have in the aleph. He has the aleph in his head, 1, and he has the chet in his head, and he's thinking about the 7 heavens in here, and he has the daled in his head, and he's thinking about the 4 directions. So that's what the Shlomo Zalman Auerbach he passed in that, yeah, and also the Stipel also used to say this. Same thing. Also Rav Yashiv, and also that's what mashma from the Shulchan Aruch Harav from the Baal Tanya, that you say there's the word echad, and then have in mind all the kavanah that you have to have after saying. And I saw also big Rabbanim, even Sfaradim, which don't have the custom to do the echad, they do like that, and afterwards they have all the kavanah, and that's fine. But there'll be one more halacha. Yadgish bedalet shelo te'ekaresh. Important to say echad and not to say it in some way that will sound like Reish. But the way we say Daled, it doesn't sound like Reish. We say Chad. The way we say the letter Daled, it sounds like Daled. Sada. Yofi. That'll be halacha for today. And Bezrat Hashem, we'll continue with how you pronounce and say the Kriyat Shema on Yom Rishon. So everyone should have a good Shabbos.